Everyone, we are here. It is WrestleMania in the books, WrestleMania 42, and you know we got to come back at. We had such a great show. We got to come back hard on night two and give our reaction. Everybody's starting to file out of the building, but you know what? The ring is still set up for us. We're gonna go in and take a couple extra bumps. We got to set the tables up so we can put ourselves through the table. I got one thing to say. Just when I thought you couldn't be any dumber, you had night two and totally redeem yourself. That's the villain in the building on the Hard Truth WrestleMania Night 2 reaction show. I don't do this by myself. I got a few brothers and sisters with me. I got Aaron Sirius Housing in the building. Sirius, what's going on, brother?
What's going on, gentlemen, and Miss Stacey, man? Night two. I'm in a little better spirits than I was yesterday, man. We got a lot to talk about. Let's go to work.
Absolutely. And the queen herself is in the building. What's up, Miss Stacy?
I'm here because Chef's Kiss. What a night!
I, that's all you can. You can elaborate more, but that's just a great way to get started. And the controversial one himself, he said he's not going to tweak out. I know he's not because I see the big smile on his face. He's here, Corey. He's got nothing to tweak out about. Corey House is in the building. What's up, Corey?
All is right in the world. All is right. They effed us Saturday, but they fixed it. We got Rio on top. And we got the GOAT on top. We good. Ain't no need to crash out tonight.
There's no need to crash out. Listen, first of all, villain, 6 for 6. Perfect at the plate. Knocked everyone out of the park. Thank you very much. But no, listen. We talked about it, and I saw videos around the internet about how night one was a little bit of a letdown. Night two came hard. I mean, let's be honest. It was the best night of WrestleMania in almost 2 years. And we got a great show out of it front to back. Corey Housen, I'm going to start with you, brother. What did you think about night two?
A plus. A plus, like you just said, this is the best night of Mania we got since 40.
Yeah.
Since 40.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the thing about 40 is we all remember 40 because of the tag match with Roman, Cody, Rock, and Seth, and then Cody finishing the story. Yep. With night two tonight, you're gonna remember everything. Yep. Every match did its job. You're gonna remember where you were when Brock took those boots off and left them in the ring. Mm-hmm. You're gonna remember Rhea and Jade because no matter what anybody says, Jade looked great tonight. And I know that has to do with Rhea, but Jade looked great. The ladder match, the ladder match was fire.
It did what it was supposed to do.
And the other two matches were good matches. You're gonna remember Trick winning his first title, and you're gonna remember Dom and Finn because they did their job. Every match, it was 6 matches, and you're gonna remember all of them. So, A plus for me.
Absolutely. Serious. Talk to me about night two. What'd you think?
Yesterday I said that I was sold a bag of goods, got it home, and got a dud. Mm-hmm. I went back, got a refund, and I got my goods today. I was very, very impressed with everything from top to bottom. I felt as though this was Mania. You feel me? Like matches aside, the entrances were from almost all of them. CM Punk's thing was great. Roman paying homage to his heritage and his legacy was all on point. Jay's joint was off the like. The only thing I didn't really like was, and again I said this in the chat, the Trick Williams joint. I didn't feel it, but he got the strap, so I guess that kind of makes up for it. But other than that, man, I was impressed with everything from top to bottom on tonight, man. Very well done.
I mean, I couldn't agree more. Stacey, save the best for last. Night two in the books. What do you got for me, love?
I mean, it was everything I needed it to be and more. And I agree. The entrances. Oh, gosh. I mean, y'all know I said in the chats when Oba came out, I got so weepy. Like I was so emotionally overcome and excited. And I know we're going to get into this. So I started weeping at the beginning of that match. And I was surprisingly emotional at the end of the match, too. So
watching on the post show.
He is. Yeah, he just walked out right now. And I'm like, oh, my gosh, I'm so happy. Like, Like, it couldn't have been better. And even the match I didn't love the most was still a great match. It just wasn't my favorite match. But even the worst match of tonight was better than the best match of last night.
Yes.
And so, and I'm sure we're going to see the stats because you guys know we'll tweet about it later. We'll put it up on X. I'm sure quantity of time was the same tonight as it was last night, except for the last match. All the other matches were similar in how they ran. But this really shows you what Triple said, I think, or Michael, somebody said, and Chelsea Green confirmed it. It's not the time they give you, it's what you do with it. And every single person that stepped out tonight magnified and used their time absolutely to the best. And that was the biggest difference between last night and tonight, because quantity of time was the same except for our main event, which was the main of the mains. Everything else is about the same, and they cooked. It was wonderful. It was brilliantly done. Brilliantly done tonight.
For a change, I think everybody can kind of get off of Triple H's back for half a day. Tomorrow's another day, and they'll get on them. But I mean, you know, I feel like this was, if I had to grade it, I would probably give it an A, not an A plus. I felt like the only thing that really dragged for me was the Dom Finn match, and the Dom Finn match was good, but I think by then I was spent a little bit, and it was hard for me to get back into it. Rhea and Jay kind of got me back into it, but that match, there was a lot. Of course, I'm tired, but I'm like, the pace was good, the match was really good. It was just at that point, you had such a high, it's that roller coaster that you have, right? You got to Oba, you got a ladder match. I was really pumped about Trick, but that match was a little, the crowd fizzled a little bit. Like, I think you said it, Corey. I think Trick got a good pop, but then like the match kind of didn't get over as much as I wanted it to. And then it just kind of fizzled a little bit. So that's why I give it an A, but still, it was a really good event all around. That ladder match cooked. I mean, listen, you know, we'll get to our tribal chief, but I want to tap in on Oba and Brock. I felt like a 5-minute match. Everything that happened in that match was perfect. I thought, I mean, the pop that Oba got before he got out there,
insane.
Before he even got out there, they're saying, Oba. I mean, unbelievable, off the charts, man. And then
I still have goosebumps. You say it, and I have goosebumps.
I just got to chill. I just got to chill up my arm. I mean, I'm watching it on ESPN. His entrance, like the crowd was into it. You know, the match did what it was supposed to do. I liked that Brock got a little lick in there. Oba had to overcome it. It was shorter than I wanted it to be, but it was the right amount of pace. I think, Corey, you said it in the chat. It was the right amount of pace. And then everything that happened after that. So, Stacey, I'll go right back to you. Talk to me over Brock.
I think something happened in this match that we as lifers used to have all the time, and we loved it, and we respected it. But with the onset of social media, we have missed this, and we got something tonight that we have not gotten in a long time, and that was a true, honest surprise. We were shocked. And the match itself was great. I mean, it needed to be a heavy hitter. We all said it would be 5 minutes max because it wasn't going to be long. It was powerful for both of them. I think my favorite part of the whole thing, and Brian said, the senior said it, was when they locked up at the beginning. And you just know that Brock was telling him, it's your time, right? Take some deep breaths, take it all in, because we've seen that every time they've gotten together, that Brock has been really good with him to mentor him in those brief moments. And so you know that that's just what they were saying. He was like, you know, absorb it. This is your night. This is your time. And we had the conversation, and Brian even said, do you think he knew? And I'm sure the list of people that knew wouldn't even fit on one hand, like would fit on less than one hand. And so to know that he was going into his very first match in WrestleMania, retiring one of the biggest names in WrestleMania, is powerful. And he did it. Like this match felt very dominant for both ways. So it didn't feel like, I mean, we've complained about so many matches, right? So many matches. He tapped. And this one, to me, tells me resoundingly, and I've been complaining about this to you guys forever, A retirement match should not be a submission. A retirement match needs to be a 1, 2, 3.
It could
And
be, yeah.
he got counted, and we were cheering and we were excited, and the crowd goes nuts, and the decibels were huge, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you see him sit down and start taking stuff off, and you're like,
Yeah.
what is happening? So
I was screaming.
I mean, I did too. I was running around the room like I was like, oh my God, it's everything we've been asking for. We've been hoping for this. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I mean, I was nuts. And I know there were millions of us around the world doing the exact same thing because we got something we haven't had in so long. And that was a true, honest surprise at the end of an amazing match. We didn't need that to be the ending. We got what we wanted in this match, and then we got something else. And that to me was old school wrestling at its finest. And I walked away and I was just emotionally exhausted in such a good way.
Yeah, I mean, I look at it like this. I think Oba knew because he absorbed it in the ring after the match, but then got out of the ring. So that's usually your cue to know. Let this guy have his moment. Like when Shawn retired, Taker got out of the ring. When Flair retired, I was there. Shawn got out of the ring. You know, and Shawn didn't even celebrate. He didn't pose. He got out of the ring and got out of the way. Corey, talk to me about Over Brock. You can hit it from all angles, my brother.
Hell of a match. I thought for weeks it would be a squash. I'm glad we didn't get a squash, but I knew it would be 5 minutes. I knew Brock would get the F5, and I knew Oba would get up from that F5. So it's nothing in the match surprised me, but like Stacey said, it's nice to see that we got that surprise. I mean, I'd much rather Brock go out with Oba than with Gunther, and that's just how I feel about it. I also feel like Oba had to know because after the match, when social media was going crazy, it came out that Brock handpicked Oba for this.
Yeah.
So Oba had to know, and like you said, he knew. Get out the ring, let Brock have his moment. So I'm like, with I think it was Coach that said it. I wasn't expecting to feel a damn thing when Brock retired.
Right.
Yeah.
But seeing it is like that man's been here since 2002. Yeah. I was 16 when that man started. So it was, I mean, I'm glad he got to go out on his terms, and I'm glad he got to put over somebody as talented as Oba. Because Oba's next up. So I loved everything about the match. And I mean, the end was bittersweet because we didn't want him to come back, and then he's here, and it's like, oh man, now we're losing him for real. And but I loved everything about it. It was a hell of an opener. And like I said, the reason the crowd was so dead last night is because of what you opened with. Yeah. Tonight you opened with what was the most anticipated match of the weekend, and the crowd let you know about it all night. So
Butts and seats.
Yep. So hell of a start to the night.
Yeah, Brock.
I remember what we opened with last night.
No. Yeah,
the six tag.
Yeah. So, I mean, but like to that point, it was ESPN. It was live on ESPN. It was Brock Oba. You had to be in your seat. Like I know I had to get out of my house, go get for the kids, be back in this house, and I was back in the house before I left the house, I made sure the ESPN app was on because I usually have issues getting the ESPN app on. So I made sure it was on, left the house, came back, got the food, got everything, get the plates, get the food, get the soda, all the stuff, boom, done. We're ready to rock. So, and Brock, what I was gonna say, Brock has done this before and done it lately. Like he didn't make Roman, but that match at WrestleMania, I think it was, what was it, 32?
32.
The height of the century. After that match, it was a different Roman. Roman had arrived, and that was because he went through a war with the Beast. And I think it was two years ago, or maybe it was longer than that, when Brock turned on Cody, and Cody had to go through the Beast to start to finish that story. He put Cody on a different level, right? Like it was believable that Cody could be a main eventer because he went through it with Brock. So if he handpicked him, that's great. But we've seen Brock come in and go, right? I think the WrestleMania 20, that was a disaster. right? Brock versus Goldberg. Both those guys were leaving. I'm glad that we didn't know that this was happening, and I'll save it for serious. Talk to me about Brock Goldberg. God.
Honestly, my dude, it was a great way to kick off the evening. It was one of the most anticipated matches on the whole card between both nights, and you start with it. And the way both men kind of just complimented each other very, very well. From the lockups to the different moves on offense that both men were able to get off or whatever the case may be. And then again, we all knew it was going to be 5 to 6 minutes max. But to Stacey's point, nobody knew that it was going to be Brock Lesnar's last match. Like, we were all penciled on in for SummerSlam.
Exactly.
Being in that match, and the retired guy Gunther was going to retire him or whatever the case may be. But for Brock, and then Villain, you said this on several podcasts. Whatever you feel about Brock Lesnar, you feel about Brock Lesnar, but he does do business. And for him to give Oba the rub in that way, and allow Oba to have his Mania moment like that in his first Mania was spectacular. So I'm not about to sit up here and sing the praises of Brock Lesnar because I do feel how I feel about him. However, as it pertains to the business, he did business. And as my old wide receiver would say, business is booming right now. So salute to Oba. The sky's the limit for him. We'll talk about what happens next for him on future streets, but I was very proud and very pleased at how that turned out.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to talk. I think we can dedicate a whole Wednesday show, Backstage Business, on Wednesdays, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, to talk about what's next for Oba. But, yeah, I mean, listen, with Brock, I have mixed feelings about it, and I've talked to you guys about it. And my daughter always asks me why. She's only 9; she doesn't understand. And I refuse to tell her why. And I'm like, at the end of the day, I feel how I feel. But to Sirius's point on the business side, Brock has always been a professional. Just he's at his moments. That's why he bothers me a little bit. Like the moment after when he beat Roman at Mania and threw the belt, that bothers me. How he walked out after WrestleMania 20 bothers me.
Last legend in the building.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But last legend. But it's like, at the end of the day, he does do right. You know what I mean? For the most part. I wasn't emotional. I was shocked. I was like, wow. I thought I was gonna get maybe a SummerSlam out of him, but I didn't shed a tear. I wasn't emotional about it. It's just like, wow, that's cool. That's cool to go out at Mania on your Shield and give Oba the ultimate rub, a guy that could use it. And Oba's. We've said he's arrived. It's beyond that. This guy, it's just you got something now. You really do, and you just don't fumble the bag. Don't fumble the bag. I'm really here for it. I mean, I'm watching Trick Willie and celebrate with Lash. I mean, because it just reminds me of that SmackDown. He's like, I gotta call my mama. I gotta call Lash. You know what I mean? I love Trick, man. I really do. But yeah, night 2. I mean, the ladder match. I felt it was going to be rushed. The pace was so fast. Like if you look down, you miss something. It was insanity, guys.
But that's what ladder matches are, though, bro.
It was, but every spot hit. It was a near perfect match. There wasn't a lot of fumbles. Even when like JD was slipping on the ladder, you felt like, okay, that's probably works. It works in the match. You know what I mean? Like everything worked. I loved every bit of that match. I mean, Corey, what did you think of the ladder match?
It's a hell of a match. I mean, I spent the first half of the match because my son was watching with me. He doesn't watch wrestling anymore.
Oh,
And
okay.
when Javon Evans came out, I was like, hey, this kid, everybody that I was in my group chat, they love this kid.
Mm-hmm.
And by the end of the match, he was hollering and screaming with everything Javon did. So it's like I spent the first half of the match worried about that kid.
Yes.
I was worried, but he did his thing. I think JD was one of the MVPs of this match. JD is nuts. It's like JD's insane.
I think you said it yesterday that you're more worried about JD than Ray.
Villain said that.
I said that because he can be reckless and it scares me, but he was on point.
It was a hell of a match. I don't like the winner, but I'm not a Penta fan like the rest of y'all. So
I mean, I don't know why. I love Penta. I think he works. He's over. I mean, to see where he was in AEW and how they just misused him. He wasn't mistreated. He was misused. They didn't use him properly. He comes over here. He's instantly over. I'm loving it. I think it's too soon for Javon to get the belt.
Yeah,
but it's believable that when he does now because of his performance, right?
I'm amazed you can talk. Mommy's on.
I'm barely talking. I'm barely. You might have to host. OTC Mama, can you host for the next time? My mommy's on. Hi, Mom.
But look, though, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I picked Rusev just because to me he was the eyeball in the match. I'm like, what the hell is Rusev doing here?
It was a weird.
Weird pull.
So I thought he was still it, but what I really wanted to happen was for Ray to win, so I could get Dom and Ray for Ray's final match, and I can get my title back on Dom just to piss Villain off. That's what I want.
Everything you picked went astray. It just doesn't make sense. I mean, you wanted EO to finally turn, didn't happen.
I did not say turn. I said cost Rhea. See,
you wanted her to turn. You
want EO to turn for a minute, though, bro.
You wanted her to turn, but you met us in the middle. You're like, oh, she'll just probably cost her, but they'll still be friends. Like, you know they're friends forever.
I hate it so much.
You love it.
Why?
I hate it.
But why?
I mean, I hate it because Rhea needs to be in a match, but like I love it because I just love it. I just love these two.
I'm surprised you don't like it because we know it's long storytelling. Eventually, it's going to collide, and then it's going to be this epic, either WrestleMania that we build all winter to, or to SummerSlam from WrestleMania. Like eventually, it will implode, and then it's going to be everything we want it to be and more. Yeah. But I love that they're continuously dangling it.
We're getting there way too early because I'm gonna tell y'all why I hate it when we get to that match.
No, we can get to it right now.
Because I have a lot about that match too, so we'll get there in a minute. Okay, let's not get there yet.
Yeah, let's save it when we get to Jade and Rhea.
Okay, we gotta talk about the ladder match.
Go ahead with the ladder match.
Go ahead, Stacey. Talk about the ladder match. I mean, I'm gonna focus on Mommy, and then you can talk about the ladder.
Yeah, we'll just pretend. I'll be like, I know you're listening, but you're really not. It's fine. It's okay. The ladder match was great. Like, when Rusev went through the ladder by the announcer's table, I was like, oh my God, like that was reminiscent to me of when Cody put KO through it last year.
Yes.
And I told the boys, I said, I don't think y'all understand just how close his head was.
Yeah.
To the step. I was like,
I said that to Avery too, Stace, and I was gonna message you. I was like, Ray protected him so well, pulling his head up. He pulled his head up so he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Because I thought he was gonna snap his neck. So go ahead.
Ray didn't protect himself because Ray head hit that tag on ladder.
Yes. But that tells you the professional that he is, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Like that was to me one of the biggest bumps of the night of the ladder match, right? From the big guy, the biggest guy in the match.
The Penta driver on the ladder.
That was crazy. I was screaming. I mean, I can't even say like the whole match again. If you compare this match to match from the match yesterday,
there's no comparison.
There's no comparison, right?
Mm-hmm.
We can talk about all the women in the match, and there's no comparison. We can talk about the street fight, which we can compare that to Dom and Finn. No comparison. Like this ladder match showed that when you have the time, even though they were on ESPN, so they had to be G/PG.
Mm-hmm.
They brought it, and every single person on this match did something amazing, right? It was great. Like, I got confused. The only thing I really hated about it, I know this is sound crazy, but I feel like Penta and Ray, their outfits were too close to each other.
Dragon Lee too.
Dragon Lee.
Well, but Dragon Lee didn't have a shirt on, so we knew that was him.
Yeah, but
Penta and Ray were too close in their in what they were wearing, that a couple times when things were moving so fast, I couldn't tell who was doing what. So that was a little bit like, when you all have a mask on, you got to be a little bit of difference. I did. That's why I sent the Spider-Man.
Yeah, the Spider-Man meme. That it was clearly the Spider-Man meme, but
perfect.
Yeah. Oh,
I didn't even care.
Yeah, I mean, it was just great.
Yeah,
it was great.
It was great. I thought the ladder match was really good. Serious, what did you think of the ladder match?
I thought it was awesome. In my opinion, I can make a case that was the show stealer of the night.
Absolutely.
I love
absolutely not.
Yeah. Again.
Yay, we're gonna get to argue. Let's go.
Okay. You know what?
Okay, so what was the show stealer, Corey?
The main event.
How can you be the match of the night and not the show stealer?
No,
the match. The main event.
The definition of a show stealer. The match of the night was Punk.
I'm gonna say this right now before we even get to the main event, and I challenge anybody to change my mind by the end of the night. The main event was the greatest Mania match since Taker Shawn, and it's not close. And I guarantee you can't find one since Taker Shawn. It was better than the main event, villain.
Do you want me to?
We're going hard right now. We're not going to talk about.
We're gonna
finish the ladder match. Think about it. I want you to think about it.
I don't need to.
I want you to think about it.
You see what he does?
I want you to think about it.
You see how he tweaks me, because he knows I'm going to go hard. Because last year's Io Bianca Rhea match.
Smack yourself.
Okay.
Slap yourself.
Okay.
Slap yourself.
There
is not
Cody Roman.
Cody Roman 1 or 2 can't touch what Punk and Roman did tonight. Roman's had 11. Roman's had 11 main events. This is the best one by far, and this is the best Mania match we've had since Shawn Taker. You're not going to change my mind.
You know what's funny?
Well, give me one, Brian.
No, you got it. Hang on. No, bring him back.
I gotta follow my elder.
So it's funny. We tweeted out what was that me and you got in an argument about the best Mania match. So I went back. If you go on Netflix, WWE Vault, they have all the WrestleManias on there. I watched Taker Shawn 1, and what I told you was absolutely correct. There was 2 spots that were missed, and the pace of the match stopped. If you watch that match over again, I don't want to derail. When Taker went flying, that was one, and there was another spot where there was like a big mix-up. It stopped the pace of the match. It's not a perfect match. It's a great match. The nostalgia, the feels of the match make you feel like it was better.
One person in the world goes back and watches that match and says, "Oh my God, they had 2 spots missed." Nobody cares about those 2 spots. It is universally recognized as one of the greatest.
Hold on. Roman's on. Acknowledge him. Corey.
Really, Corey?
Really,
Corey? Not acknowledge him?
First of all,
if you don't acknowledge him, you're out. This is diabolical.
Y'all don't get to acknowledge my tribal chief after y'all just sat here and tried to tell me that ain't the greatest match since Taker Shawn. Now hold on for a minute.
Acknowledge him. Listen, we're splitting hairs. It was a great match, but I mean, as a show stealer, you could say the ladder match could have stole the show.
Of course, it was definitely a dark horse match.
Yeah, it was one of those matches. We know the match of the night was Roman and Punk, but it was such a good match that it could steal the show, and I think that's what Sirius was saying. I thought the spots were great. I thought the pace was really good because I felt like they had to rush through it to get to that 9 o'clock hour, but it didn't feel super rushed. It did feel super rushed, but it didn't feel like it. You know what I mean? Like it was just high flying. Javon is unbelievable.
Insane.
Put that kid in bubble wrap. Dragon Lee is super underrated. I really think he's really good. He is so good. Penta is Penta. I know you don't feel him like I do, Corey, but he doesn't miss. Like he doesn't miss. He it's just something about him, right? I think everybody played their part well. Rusev, to your point, is like the oddball out, Corey, but he worked. He fit the match. Everything he did fit. It like whoever produced the match really did a great job of keeping everybody on pace, getting everybody to their spot. It was like, okay, this spot is over. Make sure you're here. Get into the ring immediately. Get to the next spot. Boom, 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 boom. It was choreographed really well. It was just a really well done match, and I'm happy for any fan that, like your son, that hasn't watched in a while or doesn't watch at all and got to watch that match because you got a treat. You know what I mean?
He definitely enjoyed that match.
Absolutely. Avery loved it. Avery was going crazy.
I think I read somewhere that it was either Adam Pearce or Ray Barrett. Either one of them was one of the producers of the match.
Interesting.
Because I was excited to see it was somebody that was definitely more hands-on in the everyday to produce it. And you can tell because it was, and I would say it felt to me not like they were rushing it. The word I took is intense.
Yes.
Because I had to laugh. We had the back doors open. And we did so much yelling. I'm sure my neighbors were like, what are they doing? The first hour, there were 4 of us just loud, like yelling, screaming. Oh my gosh. Oh. So, I mean, I'm sure they were like, what is happening next door? I'm not quiet anyway, but everybody else in my house is equally being not quiet. So, because it felt intense, the whole first hour felt intense.
Yeah, it really did.
It was that emotion and that drive that I felt that when the second hour started, because that's where they have to put the long commercials because they want everybody that doesn't subscribe to then go run and subscribe and pay the fee and get set up and blah blah blah. So that's why there's a big one. And like I sat there and I was like, wow, like we're only an hour in, and it felt like it was so much longer because it was just intense. And I love that. That's that WrestleMania, the pillar PLEs that you want to feel. And I love that we started it that way tonight.
And that's why I felt like the second hour didn't drag, but I was like almost spent because like it was Rock Oba, and then you got really an intense ladder match. Like every spot was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, and then you just kind of like, came down a little bit. So I mean, not to say that the Trick and Sammy match was bad. I thought it was a solid match, and I got the outcome I wanted. Serious, I don't think you agree. So I mean, what did you think about the match?
I mean, I thought the match was okay. I mean, if I had to pick a bad match on this whole night too, it was that.
Probably,
in my opinion.
And I still give it a B. I still give it a B, B minus.
Which match? Which match? I got distracted. What was the worst match?
No, Sammy Trick was.
Sammy Trick.
Okay.
Sammy Trick. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I mean, to be honest with you, I felt as though putting the strap on Trick this early would have, was a little bit premature, but I can't wait to see what they do with it.
I couldn't disagree with you more.
I mean, you're allowed to be wrong. But I just honestly felt as though it was just blah. Like the match was just it didn't do it for me. But again, I mean, the outcome was what it is. I'm happy. I'm happy Trick got the dub, and we'll see what happens with it from there. But
I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't put the belt on Trick. I mean, does anybody get the response like he does on SmackDown?
No, but I don't feel as though they're done telling the story with Sammy either.
No, I don't think so either, and I think you can let it cook for another PLE or two. But
so I figured in time, Backlash is in 3 weeks.
But we can't sit here and say that you got the rocket on Oba, you gotta push him, and then you get a really good response from Trick, and you just let him go.
Did you get a really good response from Trick? There was no pop.
Yes, there was a pop.
Outside of us in the chat, there was really no pop.
He got that whooped at. He got that trick.
I mean, yeah, he has a cool catchphrase.
But it never lasts. By the time he gets to the ring, it's dead.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think this was a long. I think this was a long walk.
I said this months ago though on SmackDown. By the time he's to the ring, they're not chanting it no more.
Yeah. They are. They were chanting it. They were chanting it during the match.
You were chanting it.
No, they were chanting it during the match.
I had with just to Stacey yesterday is today.
During the entrance, I'm sorry to step on you, serious. During the entrance, when Oba came to the ring, the Oba chant never stopped.
Mm-hmm. Right.
When Trick came to the ring, halfway down the ramp, the chant stopped. Yachty started yelling on the mic once they got on the apron, and the chant started a little bit.
Yeah.
And then okay, you got some little whoop that tricks during the match here and there, but people don't chant it the way we think they do. They stop. It doesn't last. It doesn't last.
He's great. He's good, but it's just.
I totally disagree. I think he gets a good pop. I think it was a long walk to the ring, to your point, as long as the train behind him. But I feel like they're invested. They booed the hell out of Sammy. I think the one thing I could argue is that it shouldn't have been Sammy. It probably should have been Mello.
I think that's where they're going next. I think that's where they have to go next.
I think that's where it goes next.
I don't know if y'all paying attention, but Roman on here talking a little spicy about Oba.
I don't know. I can't.
I'm not listening. I'm not listening.
I got the captions on. That's all.
I was just trying to. I can't get them on. I'm like, why is he staring through my soul?
I did see something. I did see something before we went live where they were talking about Roman Oba SummerSlam.
I tell you what I read.
I would do it. That's the
I tell you what I read before we get completely off track, and I sent it to Stacey and I unsent it because it was before the main event. And I didn't want to spoil the match. From what I read,
you are not allowed to unsend me stuff.
It's going to be Roman Gunther leading the SummerSlam.
I saw that too, and that's stupid.
I don't think that's bad. I think
Roman just said, you did a big thing, but you still a little fresh in this business. I've done it, and I did it with the title on the line. He said, let's see how you do now through the summer. That's what he just said about Oba.
Yeah. How you do?
It's going to be Oba. Roman.
Yeah, he's not.
He said that, though, that the crowd was chanting, Oba's going to kill you.
They were, and that's what he said. He said,
Oba's going to kill you.
Yep.
That's crazy.
That's a Mania match. And
it's not going to make it.
It's not going to make it Mania, bro.
But it's two things. It's two things.
Not a Mania match, and since I didn't give my two about it yet, I'm going to take my minute. The reason why it's not a Mania match is because they're not going to cook it that long. Because we've got a rocket on Oba. They don't do what they've done before, and they do something great, and they don't know what to do after. If they're going to keep him on fire, the right thing to do is Roman Oba at SummerSlam. You don't wait till next year for that because there's a lot that can happen. And what do they do in the interim? And he loses his steam. This is how you keep his momentum.
I think it's less about momentum. I think it's less about the steam. The one thing that is the common denominator, Roman Oba is a stadium match. This is not an arena match. This is not like a backlash. This isn't like a Survivor Series. It's either SummerSlam or Minnesota.
Yeah,
but it's either SummerSlam or Mania. You're talking about over 50, 60,000 people in an arena paying to see these two go at it. That's the only place that match takes place.
Right.
Period. The end of story. Unless you get Survivor Series at an arena like you got it. You had it at
Can I just tell you what he said? Can I just tell you what he said?
Yes.
He just said, y'all are gonna see me tomorrow, and all that part-time crap is gonna stop. You're gonna see my ass all the way through the summer, and then he left.
Yes. So here's the reason why they have to put it in SummerSlam. Because you know what they're not gonna do is make the mistake they just did with this WrestleMania and chase tickets. Mm-hmm. You book this tonight, and we're already talking, and you've got a crowd chanting that Oba's gonna kill you. People are going to be all in for this feud, which means they'll start selling SummerSlam tickets the second they go on sale versus we've heard so much. They've had to discount tickets more than once to sell WrestleMania. They got to sell 2 nights of SummerSlam.
I don't think they'll struggle. I don't think they'll struggle to sell SummerSlam because it's in Minnesota.
No.
It's in Minnesota. Yeah, I don't think.
Well, I mean,
it's more expensive to get to Minnesota than it is to get to Vegas because they don't have a major hub. So financially, it's actually harder to get to a place that's not a major hub than it is a place like Las Vegas that flies in and out everywhere.
No, the Twin Cities, that's a hub.
Not really.
If you think of a hub, you think of Atlanta, New York, Dallas, LA.
There's flights that go into they Minnesota.
Are, but what I'm saying is you are not getting the level of cheap flights into Minnesota as you get to Vegas.
No, I think you get cheaper flights into Minnesota because not a lot of people go in there.
Who's to go to Minnesota?
Actually, that's not the case. That's not what happens with it. That's not with flying at all.
Okay.
Stacey's they're going to charge you to get there.
Stacey's our traveler. I'm gonna go ahead and trust what she says.
I'm telling y'all, it's not cheaper to get somewhere because nobody goes there. They make you
I got friends in Minnesota. I got friends in Minnesota. They tell me, but no, I believe you. I believe
it's expensive. But so they're going to start building this now. And what better to do than announce tonight you're starting a feud that we're going to get a beef that pays off in SummerSlam.
Not if he's there every night. I think that's a long way to go. I think it's a long way to go.
Yeah, but the fact that it's Oba Roman after him just retiring Brock, it's huge. They're saying they're laying the gauntlet now, saying we're going to make sure we sell all of our SummerSlam tickets.
It's a long way to go, but I want to wait until Wednesday because I want to think about it. Who Brock goes at and who Roman goes after. Who those two? I think they're on a collision course, but what do they do with them in the meantime? But we'll figure it out.
I think they're going to disappoint us, and I think they're going to give him Gunther.
I mean, I
the biggest letdown at this point.
I don't think
Roman just said, and what after Oba just did to give him Gunther.
I think by hearing the crowd, you go in the back tonight and you change it. If that's what you were planning on doing,
you got plenty of time.
Yeah, you got plenty of time. This is wrestling business. It changes every week. Mm-hmm. So you can go right in the back and say, you know what, them people that this is what they want. Let's see how they react in a couple cities, and then we'll go from there. Because like you just said, Villain, we got this. It's April. We got all the way till August for SummerSlam.
Yeah, till August. Yeah, 4 months. I mean, I honestly, I don't want it so soon, but I feel like. Oh God, I can't wait. It's just you know what I mean? Like I almost can't wait a calendar year for these two, but I feel that's the money match.
I feel like you got to do that. I feel like I would rather them let Roman build this title up like he did, get to Mania next year and have Oba get his WrestleMania moment 2 times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let him
because tonight and have Roman lose the Oba Mania?
Yes. Yes.
Why not? I mean, because everybody was kind of thinking that you had the Roman Braun Breaker that was going to headline a Mania, and I think you just bypassed that now because
you bypassed a lot.
Bypassed a lot because of Oba, and you know that's
they've been testing the waters with all their futures, right? We've gotten all these main names all of a sudden that from NXT in this last 6 months or a year that they're really going hard to say, okay, who's going to be the next big star?
Right.
Clearly, after tonight, we've seen that of all of them, Oba's the one that's going to take that spot.
He's the guy.
That makes sense. And Roman just said recently he's not in this business much longer. So I could absolutely see them setting that road for the next couple of years. So he goes full time this summer. He goes away a little bit. We've got him. I think somebody said that when they talked one of the interviews he did January, they thought maybe he's got 2 more years. So why not build the upcoming?
I think he's got a little bit more than that, though.
He also came out and said he's not leaving no time soon.
That's what I heard that too.
He's going back and forth.
Street Fighter comes out in October.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. SummerSlam is August.
Yeah.
After August, he's gonna be gone until Mania.
Yep.
He's gonna be promoting.
Why?
He'll be probably promoting
and doing all the things for Street Fighter.
Promote it.
Do you think Cody's going to be gone that long?
Yeah.
I don't think he has to be gone. I think he can just relax his schedule. I think he can come in, do a TV, leave, come back, do a TV, and I think they can work his schedule. I don't think he'll be gone.
By the way, guys.
And the promo tour ain't got to be that great for him and Cody because I've seen the trailer. They're very clear. They're very clearly not the stars of the movie.
And let's be honest. I'm Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat. Like, let's be
Mortal Kombat all day.
Yeah, like let's be honest. Like it looks too goofy for me right now. I mean, I hope it's not that bad, but it looks kind of goofy to me. But listen, we could get into this. We could dedicate the whole show to this. I want to get to the other matches really quickly. Just real fast. I'm glad Trick got the U.S. title. I know you're gonna push back on me, but I think he's ready. I think he is the anointed one. He is the plan. I didn't think you could have Sammy walk out of Mania with that belt. Nobody wanted him to walk into Mania with the belt. So I just didn't see it. I think, to your point, Stace, I think you're going to have a really nice Mello versus Trick feud. Maybe it's a three-way dance. Who knows? But I really think it looks right, Trick Williams having gold. When I saw him hold up the gold on SmackDown a couple of weeks ago, I was like, that looks right. That doesn't look far-fetched. That looks right. So that's why I'm go ahead.
So I didn't talk about this match. So the thing about this match that I think that we need to acknowledge is that Lil Yachty did what a sidekick should do. Right? He dabbled in it, he came out, he did a great intro, but he wasn't an obstruction. He wasn't a problem. He did a little shenanigans or whatever, but that was it, right? Yeah. It wasn't that big of a deal. So I thought that was great. I was not looking forward to this match, man. Y'all know I was like, okay, it'll be fine. When Sami Zayn's music hit, I looked at the kids and I go, why is his music starting? They're like, Mom, he's in. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about this match. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. Because y'all know how I feel about Sami Zayn. So I feel like it was the right move because I don't think Sami should have the belt. I think it is the right time for Trick to take it, even if he has it for a little while. I like the mellow play. Because obviously we've seen repeatedly that the fans have decided we are no longer Sami Zayn fans.
Yeah.
Right? Sami hasn't changed who he is. The fans have just said, like we talked about last night, Corey and I talked about that with Cody. Regardless of them not changing who they are, the fans are like, yeah, we're tired of it. So It's probably for the best that he doesn't have the strap because he's not changing. The fans are changing on him.
Right.
So it was the right move.
Absolutely. So I think he has to lean into it if he wants to be any relevant.
Yeah.
He's talking about he's one of the best to do it, and I'm like, dude, you haven't done anything really. Come on, ick. But listen, there's two other matches in Roman. I want to get you guys in and out. So, talk to me. Anybody want to talk about Demon Finn versus Dom? Talking about that match really fast.
I love the entrances. The entrances were WrestleMania entrances.
Finally.
That's the way you do it. That's what you're supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
The entrances were incredible.
I really like Dom's entrance too, King of the Luchadors. I thought it was really good. What did you guys think of the match?
I liked it. I liked the match. I felt as though there was telling a very, very good story there. I felt as though both guys were able to get some moves off and some offense going. I was honestly, again, this is me just being weird because it's a street fight. I was expecting shenanigans.
Yeah,
I was expecting
street fighting.
Nothing happened.
You know what I'm saying? JD, dust himself off, come out there, get his licks in or whatever the case may be. But there was nothing. I'm saying there was just two guys going at it, heads up or whatever the case may be. I thought though it was very, very well done. I just sent you guys the times on it. That match was 13 minutes and it didn't even feel like 13 minutes.
No, it did feel like a Raw match, but it was a solid match. Cole, what do you think of the match?
I think Dom's a superstar. Dom's a superstar, man.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
and I love the fact that even though Finn got the W, Finn put him over in a way that I haven't seen a lot of people talk about. Mm-hmm. Finn's had some big time matches. Finn fought CM Punk twice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
he didn't bring the demon out for nobody but Dom.
Right.
And to me, that no matter what happened in the match, that pushed Dom over. You needed the demon to beat me. So the match was fine. The match was good. When they said street fight, I was like, all right, something's gonna happen. Right. I loved it. Nothing happened. They beat each other with weapons. They put each other through tables. They didn't need anybody's help, and it was a good match.
I mean, Dom probably could have used somebody's help to win that match, but
I'm just happy we didn't get what y'all kept saying we was going to get, and that's Roxanne turning.
Yeah, I do, because I want the Judgment Day on.
That didn't happen.
I'm over the Judgment Day, and I mean, like the Judgment Day is like, you know, it's really like the 4 horsewomen now. It's really the 3 horsewomen and Dom.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So like, you know, I don't know, but I like the match too. I thought it was solid. I think the Demon, you know, I like that it doesn't come out very often. And this was full on Demon. Like you saw hints of it before. This was full on Demon. Even with his parries and his punches, you heard a Demon when he was punching, right? His grunts and everything. So I thought that was well done. I thought the story was good. I was surprised there was no shenanigans, but then again, I don't feel like the match needed it. The match that did get the shenanigans was Jade and Rhea. And you know, honestly, Rhea did a great job of really putting over Jade, even though she got the win. It's really about the dance partners that Jade needs, like, because her reign has been kind of lackluster. And to you guys, I think you said it, like the one match that she had that was solid was with Tiffany. But she hadn't really worked with anybody. So now you stepped up in your weight class. You worked against Jade, and they put on a pretty solid match. And they worked well together, and I really enjoyed the match. I think it could have been a little longer, but I thought it was good. Stace, what do you think about that match?
I mean, it was the best we've seen from Jade, but it still wasn't, to me, a Mania match. And honestly, I knew Corey and I have been talking about this. We knew shenanigans were happening. We knew that her little clique was going to come out, and then that would have EO come out. Mm-hmm. That's fine. Like, I mean, I told y'all before, I didn't think Jade should have ever had the belt to begin with. So, and they had to bring Rhea into this to give it some legitimacy. And that's a problem. Because, you know, they were promoting before the match started how many days that she's had the belt. And I'm like, why? Why are we being like, ooh, she's had the belt 128 days or 167 days? Why? Like, it's not like she's defended it all those times, right? So, I mean, I'm glad that it's Rhea because she's a worker, right? She's the biggest name worldwide for WWE. So I know she will defend. And the reality is, guys, and I'm sure we'll talk about this, and I'll go back to Dom for just a second too, and come to this. This is the biggest women's title, right?
Yeah.
Then it should be used as such. It should be given to the top names. It should be fought for by the top names, right? Like if you don't have Roman fighting JD McDonough for the belt, right? So if you want some respect on these belts, we need to make sure we're protecting the levels of the belts. That's why we have an IC and a US belt, right? If it's the world title, make it as such. Don't force it onto people that are not prepared to carry it. Because now we've continuously seen this now for over a year and a half, where we have women carrying this belt that aren't defending it to the level and the caliber of the matches we should be seeing for the respect on that belt. So now let's do some great stuff. Let's get Charlotte in here. Let's get Alexa in here. Let's get some big build on these and really show the division of women as it should be.
Okay.
Would you rather them defend it on SmackDown or PLEs? Because I mean, I will say, you know, defending that particular belt on a PLE may carry a little bit more weight than a regular SmackDown or Raw, and so.
We haven't done either.
Yeah, we haven't done either. I don't care where.
I mean, the problem is if they're belts, if you're going to be a champion, defend your championship.
Yeah, I don't give a damn where you do it.
It's not necessarily where you do it. It's the caliber of people you do it. And we have mid cards and we have main cards. Don't give me mid card people carrying main card belts. It's disrespectful.
But SmackDown is nothing but mid carders in the women's division. So Rhea's going to run into the same issue Jade ran into.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's why you pull some of these big names out of the tags and start doing some bigger singles matches.
And I think that's post Mania. I think you got to Mania, you got them all on the card. Great. Now you can start breaking them up. You got Charlotte and Alexa that you can go with. You got Nia and Lash that you can work with. I think Tiffany is obviously stuck in US title hell. Give me Chelsea Green. I don't care. You know, just give me somebody.
Here's what happened tonight. Dom lost the belt, right? Dom has proven repeatedly he's the man. So
He ain't
he's
losing no
proven
belt
on
tonight.
Dom ain't lose no belt tonight.
He did, yeah, but he didn't. But we know that he's a mid card player, right? We've been talking about now for a few months. He could lose the belt and get elevated to the main card, right? He can hold his own. I think in order to be, it's the way it should always have been. And for some reason, we got this muddled at some point. You've got mid card belts and main card belts.
Mhm.
Once you've proven that you can successfully carry a mid card belt and defend it and get the hype and get the crowd on your side, then you can move forward. If you can't do the mid card, you shouldn't go to the main card. You shouldn't.
But again, that's the problem with SmackDown. She was the main card. There was nobody else.
Yeah, there was nobody else, and she was barely a main card too.
She wasn't. She was never a main card. They just didn't.
But I am going to not disagree with you on this though. Jade looked great tonight.
She looked good.
Jade looked great tonight.
Great. She looked good to me, and it was one match. But we've been complaining for over a year.
But we also knew when they signed her that she wasn't where she needed to be in the ring.
She just said in an interview not even a month ago that it wasn't her fault, which is fine. She could have said, "Don't put me in that spot."
Yeah, don't put me in the spot that makes the most money because I'm not ready. No, I'm not gonna do that.
Her money doesn't change whether she's got the IC belt or the women's world belt. The money doesn't change.
It does because when you're a top person, hold on, Villain, this is your area.
No, I just said that it does.
No. Yeah. When you're a top person, they're expecting your merch sales to change.
It's not even. It's not even.
She's
merch.
not selling merch.
I think they get a little bit of the gate.
Yeah, you get more when you're the world. When you're the world champion,
you get a bonus check. You get a
bonus check. Yeah.
So you do get a bit of the gate. So she's not going to turn that gate down.
I want my money. If I'm not ready, that's y'all's fault, not mine. Give me my money.
Yeah, pay in cash. Yeah. Listen, I thought the match was. I mean, serious. What do you think of the match real fast?
I loved it. I felt as though both ladies did really, really well. I felt as though Rhea really, helped her shine. And I think, Jade, for all intents and purposes, did really well. Excited about the finish. Excited about the fact that Rhea got the strap, even though I thought Jade would win it or retain due to shenanigans. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, I was very, very pleased with how this turned out, and I can't wait to see what Rhea does next because we still haven't fixed the problem.
She ain't done with Jay. She ain't done with Jay simply because of the problem we have. She's not done with Jay.
Yeah.
One thing I do want to say, because y'all are not wrong. Your dance partner matters, and Rhea helped put her over. But if I throw you the ball, you got to catch it.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right. So we got to give her some credit. She got thrown opportunity. She took advantage. Yeah. Now the fact that
it was good. I'm not going to say it was amazing because it wasn't.
Well, look, I'll say it like this because you said you don't feel like it was a Mania match. I feel like you're not wrong. You're not wrong by that. But I feel like there was only 2 or 3 Mania matches all weekend.
3. I mean, I could say cut and paste on a couple of matches.
Yeah, they were all on night 2. None of them was last night. They were all on night 2. Yeah, it was only like 2 or 3.
It should have been Cody. It should have been Cody Randy, but that just didn't fall in place. So I agree with you. I think all the Mania matches were on night 2, and I think Rhea did a great job. I think Jade, got to give her credit. This is her 3rd Mania match. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, not a lot of women can say that. So, I think she's still a work in progress. I think she's come a long way. I think she still has a ways to go, and I think that's a good thing because there's a lot of growth and learning for her to be comfortable on the mic, to be able to cut a promo, to work a match, work a program, and be believable. I think those two. When they finally got their hands on each other, I was like, yes, here we go, because you hadn't really seen it. So there's something in that story telling too. And just the fact that Mommy was wearing all white. It was just a switch. It was a switch for me, and I liked it. I was here for it. So it was just well done. But I mean, nothing really came close to me, in my opinion. While most of the matches were really good, Punk, Roman at the runtime, I think I don't know. Who said it? It was easily the longest match of the night, the longest match of the weekend. I think it was probably longer combined than every match.
It was 40 combined with all the intros, but 34 minutes of wrestling.
Absolutely.
It's longer than all women's matches both nights combined.
And I think this is why I say your dance partner counts, because
Yep.
we killed Cody last night for having 2 bad Mania matches, but your dance partner makes a difference. Punk and Roman are 2 guys. Roman is and I think I said in the chat, he figured it out years ago, and he tells a story with his face, with his expressions, with his body movement, how he moves, he slowly paces, his eyes when he's in the ring. I'm gonna smash you. You just a punk, like talk, like everything he does is so well done. It's mind boggling that this was the guy like 15 years ago that everybody was booing out of the building and said, why are you couldn't cut a promo, couldn't wrestle a match.
He was suffering succotash.
Yeah, succotash. It's a promo. Got to know how to do it. But like even just like his matches were like when he figured it out. This is what you get. You get there's levels to it. Like there's Mania matches, and then there's this.
Sure.
And it was just in CM Punk is CM Punk. I mean, he's gotten to the point where you can just throw him in here with a broomstick and he can put on a hell of a match. You know what I mean? Like Sean could wrestle a broomstick and for 30 minutes you would make it believable. Ric Flair used to be able to do that. So I mean, talk to me about this match, Corey. I mean, what did you think about? I mean, I know how you feel, but just tell me.
Y'all know how I feel, but I will say this: Punk deserves the respect that we're giving him, because there's never been a big time match that Punk was in that was a dud.
Right.
Never.
Punk doesn't have duds when it comes to big time matches.
He doesn't.
And I feel like him and Roman, even though they probably aren't best friends outside of the business, the chemistry them 2 dudes had tonight, like I said, I feel like this is the best Mania match Roman's had, and I feel like this is the best match since Shawn Taker, and there's nothing nobody's gonna say to make me change my mind on that. And it's a testament to Punk and Roman, 2 biggest in the business. And y'all now I'm gonna end this by starting an argument. You're gonna stop blaming Cody's opponents, because Cody had who is considered by this man up here with the name Sirius as the greatest of all time last year. That was his opponent. We're not going to blame his opponents. Now, if you want to say Randy was hurt last night and that's why that match was a dud, cool. He had John Cena last year. It's Cody's fault that he ain't had a great match since Roman. You know why he had a great match with Roman? Because Roman's the GOAT, and he's going to make you have a great match. I'm done. We're back where we need to be.
Yeah, so Roman, I'm not doing this with you. I swear to God, you're not going to bait me into this conversation. Talk to me, Roman. Punk Roman, the headliner, the main event of main events, Roman Punk. Talk to me, Stacey.
I mean, I think, and you were saying this, Barry, and the word that I think of villain when you talk about Roman is intentional, right? Every single nuance, an eyebrow move, a turn of his head, the way he holds his hands, everything is intentional. And what I loved about tonight is they're both storytellers.
Yes.
And they told us a story from the beginning to the end. There wasn't a word missed. There wasn't a response change. Like, it was a story. And that's what we love. When you can watch a match, and I'll say this, and this is the thing, we've seen this all weekend long. There's a difference between a WrestleMania match and a WrestleMania match. There were many matches this weekend that we will never speak of again until we complain about them on Wednesday, and then we'll never go back to them.
Mm-hmm.
To Corey's point, whether you think it's the greatest match of all time or not, it will still go down as one of the greatest matches. It will still be a match that we talk about at the end of the year. We will put this in the category of one of the best matches of the year, period. Right? So you look at these 2 men and you see that they gave it all, but it wasn't just to make the spots or make the hits. I mean, to your point, Corey, like, and you said this, villain, what he said to him throughout the match, when you could hear him talking and saying stuff, and when you didn't hear him say it, but you saw his lips, and he'd say something, and then you'd see Punk's face and he's laughing at him. You're like, your face is covered in blood and you were laughing at him. Like there were so many things. And even there were definitely spots tonight in their match that was terrible camera work. We haven't even talked about that tonight. We saw some bad camera work. They still were able to sell it to the point that we weren't like, oh, that was awful. Like there were a couple places they're like, oh, they didn't even connect. We didn't care because they were still telling us the best story. So we were riveted. We were absolutely enthralled in it beginning to end and the whole time. And I love that it was clean because they really did tell us the story we needed for the weekend.
Yeah.
They really put a big bow on it and said, okay, you wanted a Mania match, here it is. And it was just fabulous.
Hey, Villain, what happened to you about 3 times throughout this match? This is also what makes this one of the best matches.
Because I told you 3 times I have a bad feeling about this, that Roman was going to lose. And because of the way, because in my mind, I didn't think the match would go as long as it did. So when you got the other guy getting the upper hand, it's like you're going to get the comeback and then the finish. And I'm like, oh God, when Roman put Punk through the table, I'm like, oh no, he's gonna rally, come back and win the match. But the match kept going. So that's a testament to your point, Corey, of the storytelling, and that's what makes the matches so great. It's the storytelling and how you're invested in the match, right? So that's what made it work. And you got 2 guys that are masters. I would have loved to be a fly on the wall pre-show, having them go through the match. Like, all right, this is what we're going to do. Let's do this. We're going to do this. And we're going to tell this story. We're going to tell the story of how you emptied the tank and it just wasn't enough. And,
but doesn't that, to the point I tried to make earlier, and this is not me earlier I was trying to make an argument. This is not me trying to make an argument now. But to your point, doesn't that explain part of the reason why Cody keeps having duds? Cody's not a great storyteller in his matches.
I think he is a great. I think he's a good storyteller. There's a difference. So
for sure. There's a difference.
Give me a match outside of KO on top of your brain that was a good story that Cody told in the ring. Outside of KO.
With Brock. I thought that was a good story.
Okay. I can't argue with you.
Serious, what do you got for me on Punk and Roman?
I thought it was very well done. I thought that both of these men really, like, to your point, that there's level to this, right? You have your mega stars who, to your point, can wrestle a broomstick and make it, cinema, and you have below. These 2 men can do no wrong. They can do no wrong. We knew it was going to be a 5-star matchup when, it was announced. We were praying and hoping that nothing would derail us from this, because Punk is injury prone and, whatever case may be. And we got the payoff. And I was excited about the match. I was on the edge of my seat, like, oh, crap, he went through a table. Okay, so this is what Punk does it. And then, he hit one move and, they were trading each other's finishers. And, the fact that, Punk did the Superman punch and everything. I mean, it was pure cinema. And the end, when he hit the GTS, and Roman fell into the into the ring and bounced back into him. And he couldn't do it again. It was almost resemblance of like, what, I can't. It's over. You know what? Here you go. So
like that's my best shot. I got nothing left. I emptied the tank and that was it. It was just so well done. Like even the brutality of Roman, like you got like it's the little hints that we got coming up into it. I hate you. You're old. That came back to you. But the hate, like I hate you so much, I'm gonna low blow you because I hate you. I'm gonna hate you. I hate you so much. I'm gonna Superman punch you to death, and I'm gonna take the ring steps, and I'm gonna bust your face open because I hate you, and you can't do anything about it because you're old. Like it's just storytelling on a different level, and you appreciate it when you watch this match, and it's such a great job of everybody's part to play this story out and to get where we got. So now we got the tribal chief back on his perch with a title that nobody thought he would ever have. He's got it. He said he ain't going nowhere. He'll be there on Raw. It'll be a celebration. I think the crowd was into it. They were 50-50 too. I think Sirius or Corey, you were saying they were 50-50.
Yep.
Either way, I think the crowd all can just stand in standing ovation for these two, and everybody would be happy. I think everybody was happy either way, just because of the story they told. Go ahead.
There were moments in that match where they booed the hell out of both of them.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
It was like they started taking turns. Every time one of them would do something that was a little heelish, the crowd would turn on them.
It's exactly what I mean.
Both of them.
Yeah, because when Roman hit him with the stairs, it got quiet and got a little boo. When Punk hit him with the little blow, it got quiet and got a little boo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's like, whoa, what are you doing? You know what I mean? So I appreciated that. So it was just really great storytelling. It was a great way to end the night. Like we all said it, like the first two matches said it automatically saved WrestleMania, but this night almost makes this a better WrestleMania than a lot of duds that we've had throughout the years. So it was just a great show. I mean, altogether, serious. Give me your grade for the show.
Mania in general.
Yeah. Now you put night 1 and night 2 together. Give me an overall grade.
I'm still gonna say a C.
Yeah.
Corey, what do you got?
I'm with serious. Night 2 was an A+, but last night to me was a D-. So yeah, it's about a C. About a C. I wish they would just give us 10 matches and make it one night.
Okay, but there's a lot of money to be made 2 nights. You know that's never going to change. Yeah. That's never going to change. Stacey, what do you got? Both nights, put it together.
I mean, because of tonight being what it was, and we got some things that, as a longtime wrestling fan, we finally got back that I haven't seen in so long. Mm-hmm. I would definitely give it a B- because last night was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
But tonight was everything we could have hoped for and more. And I know we are going to walk away from tonight with more than one match that we will be talking about for a long time. We had the main event of main events, but we also had a couple of other matches that we will still be talking about go forward. Right. So because of that, I can't say it was a C. I've got to say B- just because I would go through the things that sucked last night to relive how emotionally charged and excited I was tonight. Right. Yeah. Like it was the biggest letdown to give me the biggest excitement tonight. And for that, I can't be mad about that.
I mean, it's so
and also if you looked at everybody, you guys know I'm on the socials all the time. Like, right. Everybody that I saw and talked to in messaging that was there last night, because I was like, if I spent the money on it, I would be furious. And they were like, no, it was different. In the building, it was different. They didn't feel like things were rushed. They didn't have the same response as we did as TV fans. In the building, they were riveted. So I think there's a lot to be said for that piece too. That most of the time when we see PLEs and I see and talk to people that were there, we're usually pretty aligned, TV fans versus in-person fans. And last night's in-person fans loved it. They loved the show. Almost everybody that I saw were giving them A's and B's. Mm-hmm. So something missed the translation from being there live and being in our home spots.
You sure there wasn't? You sure didn't have a tasty beverage or 2 or 6 or whatever, or hit the dispensary or something?
No, because they said that it was. I think it has a lot to do with the fact that when you're in an arena with 50,000 people, that elevates that charge, right? They say that you can be there,
right?
But so I think that there's a little bit to be said about that. Yeah, right. No kidding. That's no lie. That's no lie. So, I mean, I think that's something that's interesting. That's the first time I've really talked to people that were live, that they had a vastly different experience than we did.
Yeah,
so that's interesting.
I heard that. I heard that. I saw that too. And it's nothing like being there. It's almost like being at the Super Bowl and watching it at home. I mean, being at the Super Bowl, there's a lot of lulls. Being at home watching is a little bit of a different experience. I would never want to go to a Super Bowl. I'd always want to watch it from my TV.
Oh, absolutely not. Put me there. Put me there in a heartbeat.
Put me right there.
Right there.
At a Super Bowl? Nah, there's just too much.
Oh, yeah. Worst seats in the house, I'm still there. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
It's just like going to Wrigley. The worst seats at Wrigley, I'm still going to Wrigley.
Yeah, listen, one of the best experiences of my life was going to Wrigley Field. Listen,
is.
I think to your point, I think night 2 was so good that it saved the whole event as a whole. It's hard to bring it up, but I think a B- is fair. I'm really at a 79/80. So a 79 is almost a C plus.
Yeah.
But I'll give it a B- just to be nice. Because you got Brock retiring, you got Oba getting over, Brock, Roman Punk, the ladder match was so good, and I think on night 1, I think there was parts of it that could be salvageable. If you say Paige came back, we all love that Paige came back.
I love Paige. I love that so much.
That made us feel good. So I mean,
I have to ask a question before we go then. Because you guys love that Paige came back. Did you see that AJ announced that she's leaving indefinitely again?
No, she didn't.
I saw. So she didn't say that she was leaving indefinitely. The way I took it is that she didn't get a chance to say goodbye. So her interest and everything was a way to pay homage to that in the third. I don't think she's even indefinitely, but we all said this yesterday and on the show Wednesday.
Hold on, serious now. Hold on, because you're moving too fast. She did say that was an homage, but she also said, "Hopefully, I'll see y'all again, and this isn't goodbye."
Yep,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, she didn't say hopefully.
I'll see y'all again.
Yeah, that's the key word. Hopefully.
She didn't say hopefully. She said,
she said, "I hope." I'll send you the clip. She said this isn't goodbye. She said this is not goodbye. I'll see y'all again. I hope. That was literally the last thing she said.
No, I didn't take it that way. She'll be back. I think she's taking a break, but she'll be back.
Yeah, her and Punk are taking a break.
Yeah, they're gonna take a break.
She's gonna come back pregnant like everybody else.
Yeah, that seems to be the thing.
I don't know. I don't see Phil having it. I don't know. Whatever.
He's married to AJ Lee, man.
He's been married. He's been married to. Listen, I'm not going to get into their personal business, but I don't want to get into that. But
we got Danhausen tonight. You're not even going to say anything. Hello?
I mean, I was saving that for the end, obviously, because it was WrestleMania. How's it?
Oh my gosh, it was hilarious. Even Corey thought it was funny.
Even Corey.
No, stop that. Don't lie to the people. I said one part was funny. You want to know why it didn't do anything for me? Same reason.
You're a hater?
No, same reason Paige didn't do anything for me. It came out they were looking for little people, and he was going to have a segment with Cena. I already knew the segment was coming.
Yeah, I mean, we knew.
It came out a week ago.
I was mad. I had to wait until night 2 to get WrestleMania. How's that?
I was happy the segment happened because tonight was so good that I had to use the bathroom and I couldn't go. And as soon as that happened, I said, cool, I got 10-15 minutes. I'm out.
That should have been on night 1. That it could have been redeeming on night 1 for Danhausen. And Bianca announcing her pregnancy wasn't a night 2 event.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
That was probably the best thing that happened in night 1.
Yeah,
exactly.
No, it wasn't Paige. But
Paige. Yeah, Paige coming back. I love Paige.
The announcement was it's a happy
moment. That.
It's a happy moment to announce it, but it's a sad moment because we won't get Bianca anytime soon. It's just
my son is still devastated. Alex is still devastated.
But did you see Angelo's post? He posts a picture of him and Montez. Pull-out game is weak.
Yes.
I almost crashed my car. I was like, what?
Oh, it's great.
So,
it's great.
That's hilarious. But congratulations to them. But listen, all in all, I think it was a B-. I think night 2 was just great. It's why we loved what we're doing. Like, listen, we started this podcast 2 years ago. We just wanted to talk about sports, and we kind of jokingly talked about wrestling on one of our shows, and now here we are doing a live reaction with 3 awesome people. I appreciate you guys. I love having a forum, a safe space to talk about wrestling. It's not a safe space. You talk about it until you're blue in the face. You either like it or you don't. I know people that kind of turn your nose up at you, but I don't really give a damn. I just love that we can talk about this and people want to listen to us. So I appreciate it. Um, thank you everybody for tuning in with us. It's such a great time, WrestleMania season. You know, it there's no off season. We're right back at it. You know,
Yep.
Monday Night Raw, and then we're going to be right back on this show on the Backstage Business Wednesdays at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We're available on all platforms. We're available on X. We're available on YouTube. We also stream on Facebook, and we're on the next day on Spotify if you have a podcast streaming app. So, with that being said, I appreciate everybody. Corey Housen, the biggest Danhausen fan in the world. Thank you for coming through. Give us a closer as we get on out of here.
Hey, y'all see the show, like the show, share the show. It's draft week. We're gonna be busy this week. We'll be back Wednesday for this wrestling business. Tuesday, all sports. Serious got some stuff for y'all on his head this week. So y'all stay tuned.
I can't wait to see that dome covered up. Miss Stacey, thank you, Queen.
I mean,
You
like
kind of came down a little bit today. Yesterday you were all dolled up. I mean, you still look great, but I mean, yesterday you were like, you know.
Yo, it's been a long weekend. It's been a long weekend. A long weekend. And tomorrow's Monday. Monday is already gonna Monday like it is not Monday since last year's WrestleMania Monday. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God, I took Monday off. I couldn't do it.
I mean, I feel like, Villain, you're going to have to do some screenshots and maybe change some of our graphics because Aaron's going to look a little different this week, isn't he?
A little bit. I think that's something that we'll have to make the.
I need to talk to Sid and see if she's coming on Wednesday.
That would.
I won't be here Wednesday. I got softball game.
Interesting.
Oh no!
But Sid is a football.
No.
Maybe you can stop through on Thursday and holler at your boy.
I mean, he's supposed to wear it all week, wasn't he?
That was
Today's Sunday, so today's the first day of the week. He should have been in it today. I'm just saying. So I think we got some extra podcasts this week that he's got to put some stuff on.
Exactly.
That's a bet, y'all. That's a bet.
That's a bet. Queen.
That's a bet. You gotta tune in. So yeah, see us. We got Total Sports on Tuesday night. There's so much going on this week, right? It's draft week. So y'all got Total Sports on Tuesday night at 9. We'll be back talking all things Raw post-Mania, which is the biggest Raw of the year. We know that. We'll have a lot to talk about on Wednesday night at 9. And then my guys, y'all are doing the draft show on Thursday, right? Thursday
Absolutely.
also at 9. So it is a big week. Y'all subscribe, like, follow. We always have great content. We'd love for you to be part of the game. Please comment and share. Love you, fam. We'll see you soon.
Thank you so much, Queen. In the house. Serious, you know what to do, my brother.
Yo, it's your boy Serious up in that 412 and the 703 man. Such a privilege and pleasure doing this show with these people on tonight. As everybody alluded to, next week is going to be a stacked week here around the building. We got the Total Sports Show on Tuesday. We got the Backstage Business on Wednesday, Draft Show on Thursday. We got the 49ers guys may or may not be getting in the building on Thursday. So there's a lot on next week. There's a lot going on, man. Steelers show next Monday. Trust me. Get in where you're fitting, man. We got a lot of stuff going on, man. With that being said, close out my shows like this, man. God is good, even though some people are not, man. Peace and hair grease, man. Catch you guys on the next one.
Absolutely. I can't wait for this week. This week was crazy. Next week is going to be, every week's crazy around here. We're always doing a lot of shows. So make sure you're following us on all our socials. We got Tuesday, we got Wednesday, Thursday. We're going to do a draft show. I'll be popping in on the Philly podcast, talking about the Giants picks with those guys. They're my heated rivals across the way in Philadelphia. So I'm excited to do a show with them. More information on that as we get closer to that. But listen, we got a lot of content for you guys. Make sure you like it and subscribe. Listen, everybody's filed out. Everybody's out of here. The popcorn's all over the floor. We got to get the cleanup crew in. The ring is broken down. We're putting all the equipment in the trucks with Danhausen's face on it, going over to the next town. Make sure you get out there, support your local villain. I'm the villain. I'm out. Thank you so much. Peace.